Does this building hold a little bit of something special for you? Obviously, it's the place that you got drafted, and I know that for some players, when they go back to that building, the memories come back, and they're really excited to play.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it feels so long ago. Time really flies. It puts things into perspective. It's 2018, and 7 years ago. So, obviously, I have good memories here, and I remember being with my family, walking in the same doors we come in with the team in the morning, and definitely kind of unique. And every time I play here, it's kind of the same thoughts. But as time goes on, it's seeming a little less significant each year. I guess I could say that.
The 4 straight losses for you guys, 3 of those by 1 goal. It just seems like you guys are in there. You just can't get over that hump. What does this team need to do to turn the tables here?
I think we've been doing a lot of good things. I think last game against Calgary we had a bad first period, and that we had a pretty solid game. We played hard the last 2 periods. Did a lot of good things. We really answered the coach's challenge after the first period to turn our game around. And I think at this point in the season, obviously the wins and losses are what everyone looks at, but guys are trying to build individually, and we're trying to do some things as a team here in the last couple of games here to close out in a good feeling. And if we do all those individual things and small things that people might not talk about, we'll get the win.
Speaking of individual, you've been right there in these close games at the end. How do you kind of negate the frustration and keep the confidence level up because you're in the right spots?
Yeah, you know what? I think it's just been a little bit of the story of the year. I think if I had a little puck luck and had a little more bear down from my side of my aspect, I think you'd be looking at a couple more goals and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you get your chances. That's what's important. And I don't want to say it in a negative way, but I think, if they're not going in this year, hopefully they're going in next year, and save them when we're in some big games next year. So, obviously, a couple things I want to work on in the summer. I've talked to the coaches and the video coaches about looking at those chances I've been having and what I can maybe do differently, and that's definitely one of the things I'm going to work on this summer.
Coming to the end of your first full season with the Oilers, how would you categorize your comfort level now as opposed to when you just started?
Yeah, I feel like right now I have a valued role in the team. I think more than any season I've in the NHL, I've really got to play my true position for the last half of the year here, and taking a step up in a leadership role in the penalty kill, and I can chip it on the power play here and there. I think I've started to carve out a little niche here, and I think that's what the last couple of games have been good for me at least, and trying to get that role for next year. And we got such a good team and so many talented players. You want to just kind of find where you fit in, and I think a lot of guys have been able to do that lately. And I think it's definitely one thing that's benefited myself is this opportunity to kind of play these games and kind of see where everyone fits in.